what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to bring you another look using the Natasha Denona Love palette, but I really wanted to focus on this shade here, Heart, because one, I have not done a look with it, and I feel like this is probably the most difficult or maybe challenging shade to work with, rather it be because of formula or rather it be because it's just one of those shades where you're like, whoa, what do I do with it? I will say out of this entire palette, this shade wise, as far as the formula, is probably a little bit trickier to work with. It kind of reminds me more so of a pigment, but everything else is very, very easy and doable. So here is my look, of course, keeping it simple. Let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Alright, so I already primed with Urban Decay Primer Potion and Caffeine. For concealer today, I am wearing the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear in the shade 415, and for foundation, we are wearing MAC Studio Fix Plus Powder Foundation in the shade NW4T3. Alright, let's do this. If you're here and you're looking at this and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm scared, don't be scared, girl. We're keeping it simple. We always keep it simple. All right, so the first shade we're gonna go in here with is this shade Soul. This is going in our crease just to help add a little bit of depth and also help with blending. So taking my MAC 224, and I'm just gonna start by pushing this into my crease. And then I'm just gonna start doing circular motions to blend. Now you guys know I don't ever really do any like crazy shapes with my eyeshadow. I just like to keep it simple and follow the natural structure of my eye. If you wanna, you know, pull it up, slant it out, do you. Just a little bit more. And notice how I'm pressing first. And keep in mind that where you first lay down that brush, that's where you're gonna get the most pigment. So since I want the most of this pigment in the outer crease, that's where I press first. And then I'm gonna start to swirl and blend it out. All right, now for the fun part. You need to grab a flat brush, whatever brush you like. Going in with the star of the show, this shade Heart. Heart to me kind of seems like a pressed pigment. I have no idea if it is, but most shadows that are very, very popping and pigmented and punchy like this tend to be pressed pigments. I'll have to go back and check for sure on this one though, because it's not like the her other matte formula. It is a little different. So as you can see, nice and pigmented, and I'm just going to start by pressing this on my eye. And I like to start in the center, and then I will just start pressing on the outside and working my way back onto the inner until I feel like there is no more shadow left on my brush and I have it all pressed on there. Going in again, make sure to tap off. Just going to press on the inner corner here. Again, following the natural shape of my eye and working my way out. All right, now taking that MAC 224, starting on the inner, and we're just gonna start blending her up. Don't let shades like these scare you guys. Rule of thumb, always start low and then you can blend your way up. When you take a shade like this and you start up high and you start blending, that's when you really start running into fun issues. All right, now taking the MAC 217, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. Now I'm just pulling it more so up into my crease, packing it first. Then we'll start swirling out. Oops, didn't mean to go that far down with it. And see that first shade Soul, basically what that does is it just lays down a background so that way you have a little bit more depth, because when you're messing with a shade that is more on the lines of a pigment, I think we tend to forget that when you mix it in with another shade, it's gonna change the color. So that acts as a background, it's gonna add a little bit more dimension and makes it easier for blending. And then taking my 224, just gonna furthermore swirl. This is pretty. I love it. Now, is this a look that most of you would wear to work. Probably not, but that's okay. Is it a look that I will wear to work? Yeah, on the way there now, but just with my job, I can do fun shadows like this, but this could be fun if you're going out, you have a party, a date night, whatever the case may be. I just wanted to show you guys how I use this shade because I feel like this is probably the most trickiest shade in the Love palette. And don't forget, no matter what eyeshadow palette you're using from any brand, when you start blending, you're automatically going to kick off some of your shadow. And so if you want more intensity, you just go back in and pack it on. All right, now I'm going to just take the shade Intense, this pink here, and Hey Rocket. I'm just going to go on the crease a little bit higher, just blend. All right, now let's add some liner. I'm using my Sephora Wink It felt tip liner. All right, then for liner, I'm gonna go in with my Marc Jacobs highliner. This is in the shade Rococo, I believe. That's the name. All right, then we are going to take the shade Heartbeat right here. And we are going to line the waterline with this shade first. I accidentally bought the wrong sponges from Ulta, and I hate those. Now we're going to go in with the shade Heart. And mascara, Benefit Bad Gal Bang. And this is our finished look. That is going to wrap up today's video. Down below, let me know if this is helpful. You do not have to have the Natasha Denona Love palette to do this look. Maybe you have a palette that has a shade that's a little bit more outside of your comfort zone and you want to try this technique. Super, super easy. Anybody can do it. So down below, let me know if this is helpful for you guys. You know the deal. Keep it simple, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.